Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gendron Tarot. Is it focusing? I think so. By Melanie Gendron. Website is usgamesinc.com. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you want that information. Supportive Oracle cards. Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. On the back here is a website, hayhouseradio.com, below Sandra's picture. Or on the inside, I have a couple more websites. Feel free to freeze frame and check out them. There are different versions of Hay House, I believe. Okay. What do we have for Libra? While I was shuffling, the Devil card came out upside down, which is the release of bondage, release of restraint, release of something that's holding you back. That's for sure. So, in fact, in this deck they call it the Deceiver, but it's the Devil card in most decks. So you're going to release yourself from something. Are you releasing yourself, or are you being released? There's release from restriction. That's for sure. How long have you been looking out for this? You've been looking out or looking after something for quite a while. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. That's what I like about the Prince and Princess in this deck. They seem to be like, it depends on what's going on around them, if they're going to be more of a page or knight, in my opinion. I'm not saying that's how this deck was created, but that seems to be how I run with it. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow, but you've been looking out for something here. And I don't think it's been working to your benefit. I feel like this has been more of a drain on you than anything else, because let's get a little clarity on that if we can. 10 of Cups halfway in, halfway out, which tells me, like, I have a community effort here. I feel like I'm doing the best I can with it. It's a challenge. Like, I feel like there's constant controversy around this, and sometimes I would just like a break from it, and I'm just not getting it. You do your best to hold it together. I do feel like there's a lot of stress here. But not stress in the sense of, like, I'm traumatized with dealing with people. Maybe you are, but I don't think that's what I'm dealing with. I don't think that's what's bothering me. What's bothering me is that I do what I kind of work with the situation, but it never really improves. I feel like I'm just helping it stay where it is. I'm just helping it not get worse, and it's still not acceptable. Okay. So, due to the parts that you can't control, you just cannot control, somebody's trying to clean up a mess that they already made. Somebody's trying to clean up a mess that they already made. I feel like this is something that was swept under the rug. That it's kind of like they know that they have to get that out of there. It's like it's only going to stay there so long before somebody notices it. It's kind of like, it's almost like, you know, when kids have a party that they're maybe not supposed to, and the night before they just had to clean things up real quick before anybody came home, and they literally put things under the couch and under the rug, but there's food items there. There's things that are going to attract bugs and smell if they don't get out of there. Like, the fact that they did that to begin with is a bad idea. It's maybe been one day, just for argument's sake, but it's kind of like the longer it sits there, the more chance it's going to create a problem. In fact, it might be already creating a problem. So they have to get into it, and they have to make some quick decisions to fix it fast. The thing is, like, if I'm getting the food thing with, like, they push some food under the couch and under the rug, within a day, that can already attract things and create devastation. And quite frankly, these decisions they tried to fix it really fast after the fact. It's something that was already there. That is leading to the Devastation card. That's the 10 of Swords. Bad idea. The way they handled it didn't really work out. No. They made this decision, and this is how it worked out for them. And they can't get out of it. I saw this face. I'm trying to get a better look at it here. I thought they were kind of laughing. I don't think they're laughing, but I'm noticing you got that same spirit in the back for the Ten of Wands and the the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. But that person almost seems like they're laughing, like, oh yeah, somebody's paying their just desserts. Somebody's getting their just desserts. Somebody's paying their dues for the situation. This is also kind of trumping it. The Healer of the Ages is kind of saying, you did that. Now you got to clean it up, and you got to pay for what you've done. So it's kind of like by leaving that mess for a day, maybe there are rodents or bugs or something, and now extra work has to be done to rectify the situation, and they can't get out of it. And also, not only do they have to do the extra work to fix it, but it's kind of like once the parents realize the kids are doing this when they're away, they take extra precaution to make sure that doesn't happen again, which means extra restriction, which like freedoms that somebody had before this moment versus freedoms they have after this moment may look drastically different. There's a lot happening. You're getting released from the bondage again. This isn't something you're going to have to look out for anymore because the rules are going to change. The King of Wands pops in, and they don't get caught up in the gender, but I'm getting like somebody else is saying, okay, new rules. No longer will you be home by yourself at all, ever, because I clearly can't trust you. And like, if I go out of town, you're staying with so-and-so, and I'm making sure that, the house is locked up, or this and that and the other thing. A lot of restrictions coming in. You're getting released from bondage, but the person who screws up might be under a lot of bondage because of this. Whatever they did. I think this is funny. I don't know how you're going to feel about this. Maybe this makes this easier for you. Fate smiles on them, though. So, this may be very good for them. This is almost kind of like, I'm thinking of like a 14 or 15-year-old. Gender doesn't matter. They, for some reason, maybe their parents go out every Friday night and they go stay with somebody else. They're out of town every Friday night. And they trust this kid to be by themselves, and this kid was having a party that night and causing issues. But because of that, now the house is being watched, it's being locked down, and maybe, an uncle or an aunt or maybe a couple people are staying with them. So like somebody is staying in the house with them to make sure that they won't do these things. They're not allowed to have people over. But when that's happening, this person is showing them things about, writing, or things about, this. They're learning a new skill. They're learning something. They're getting closer to this person. They're learning something. They're getting something of value from their time. Maybe they're finding a new interest in, it's going to sound funny, but I keep getting needlepoint. I keep seeing needlepoint. So, or they're learning how to do painting. Or maybe they're getting a new interest in certain hobbies, certain vocations. Maybe they're getting help with schoolwork. Who knows? It's just an analogy. The value is, it's like they're going to learn that whatever the change is, they're going to learn to love it, ironically, and it's going to benefit them greatly in the long run. So actually, I feel like in the long run, when you see that outcome, I feel like that's one of the bigger reasons this is going to really release you from this. Kind of like I don't feel as held down, and I'm not worried as much about this person because now things have changed in a way that's much better for them. Yeah. Whatever the problem was in the past, they got the death card for that. Takes some time to really remove the problem, but it is removing. And then they got the Two of Wands. They're still making random decisions. There is something with random decisions with this person. They make quick decisions. That's just who they are. But they're making better random decisions. Instead of making random decisions about having a house party, they're making random decisions about like how to handle this task and like it's like how to paint this painting, how to make this dessert, how to figure out this plan. Something where the quick decisions, they're being taught how to make quick decisions in a more positive way. Kind of like, oh yes, you have to make quick decisions here, but always start with your outcome and make sure your quick decisions lead to your outcome. Like, If you're making quick decisions, but you know you want to get southwest, make sure that your decisions are angled towards the southwest. Don't make decisions towards the north. Don't make decisions towards the east. Make sure you keep making decisions that keep you going on track where you need to go. So that way, even if they aren't the best decisions, you're still heading in the right direction. They're being taught to do those things better. Is there anything else with that? Yeah, because I see like this is a big change for them. It does take, like when the death card comes in, it's the 13, and it comes in on its side, which tells me it takes a while for it to take full effect, to take full hold. But the longer it goes, the more they get into it, and at some point it's just going to snap into place, and that's where they'll be. All right, I think we're good. Did I show this? A lot of healing coming in with this too. I feel like I've been talking to it. I don't know if I've shown it though, but that's there. There's a lot of healing for whatever you're looking out for that you're getting released from. There is a lot of good changes, a lot of healing going on. I don't think it's going to happen in 5 seconds, but you're going to see the progression start. It's a good thing. Am I really done this time? Like, actually done? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.